The top prosecutor in Rochester, New York, Sandra Doorley, now facing growing calls to resign and is now under investigation after she threw a temper tantrum when police tried to stop her for speeding. She was allegedly caught speeding 20 miles over the limit last Monday. When the cop tried to pull her over, she kept going, driving home. That's called eluding or fleeing. Followed her home, confronted her, and instead of doing what police and prosecutors tell people to do when they get pulled over, which is be polite and obey orders, she cursed them out. Her outburst caught on police body cam.
Didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or anything?
No, I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free, absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
Can you please tell him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Christofouli. Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a traffic. This is a legal traffic stop.
Monroe County District Attorney Doorley had called the local police chief to complain about the officer. Didn't stop there. She also pulled the "Don't you know who I am" card.
Ma'am, come outside. You can't just go inside. This is a traffic stop. Here's your phone back.
I understand the law better than you.
953. Can you have a supervisor come to the scene?
No. Get out of my house. I'm not dealing with you right now.
Can you please step over here?
I'm not going to.
What is the reason you're so against what I'm doing? I'm doing my job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
Okay.
Okay, let me get you my badge. I am the DA of Monroe County.
Just don't understand the hostility towards me. I'm doing my job.
No, you're being an asshole.
How am I being an asshole?
I am the DA of Monroe County.
I understand that, but that doesn't give you a right to go 55 and a 35. And you even admitted to me that you went 50. I understand that, ma'am.
I don't really
care. Understand that.
You know what? If you give me a traffic ticket, that's fine. I'm the one who prosecutes it, okay? Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead.
It's just awful. Supervising officer arrived later to the scene and wrote Doorley a speeding ticket. She pled guilty to the violation last Thursday. Now, she appeared to try to get ahead of the story. She released a video this week apologizing.
What I did was wrong, no excuses. I take full responsibility for my actions. I didn't treat this officer with the respect that he deserved. All police officers deserve respect. I had just come from work. I was dealing with 3 homicides that occurred over the weekend. I was still reeling from a frightening medical concern that my husband received that afternoon. But we all had bad days and stress, and it was wrong for me to take it out on an officer who was simply doing his job.
And these are the same arguments that are rejected by prosecutors every day by other people who make the bad day arguments, right? Now, her apology not resonating with everyone. Dozens of protesters, including members of the New York State Assembly, marched in front of her office this week demanding she be fired. Also just last night, Monroe County's Office of Public Integrity and the county's Board of Ethics announced that Doorley is now under investigation. Now, earlier I spoke to Judge Richard Dollinger. He's a retired judge from Monroe County, this county. He's also on the Advisory Committee on Judicial Ethics. I asked him what happens next and if Doorley will survive this.
Well, I think what happens now is the governor has referred this to the Prosecutorial Investigation Commission, which is a new device that was set up, I believe, 3 or 4 years ago to look into prosecutorial misconduct. And she has also appointed a neighboring district attorney from Onondaga County, Syracuse, the Syracuse area, to be the leader of this investigation. And I don't know quite where it's going to go, but my guess is just knowing how the state of New York works, that we're probably 6 months, 8 months away from any kind of determination, when it appears, Dan, that obviously most of the facts here are undisputed. I mean, we got body camera that shows how she reacted, but there's one thing I just want to add. I think the most inexplicable part of this entire thing is that she called the police chief in the community she lives in and that employs the officer who was behind her. She called him while she was driving, and we haven't heard from the chief of police as to what she said. But who calls the chief of police while they're being chased by a police officer? And at a later point, and in the video that you pointed out, she says, just leave me alone. I think it'd be fascinating to hear what she said to the police chief.
Real quick, I've been very surprised that some of the Republicans in the county are now coming to her defense. Are you surprised by that?
I'm astounded. This is an instance in which she abused a police officer in her own home, where she abused her office by calling and asking for special treatment. And I think it just completely erodes the public's confidence in our criminal justice system, Dan. Conduct like this ripples through the rest of our community, and it's very dangerous to have a lack of respect.
Tell you, someone who is pro-police on this show regularly, to me, it's not about the politics. It's not about the right, the left. It's about a police officer being mistreated. And I think there should be consequences.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.